Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're doing a bunch of flip throughs for paper bag journals that I've completed. I think I have almost 10 of them done to go to the shop. Been cleaning up things that I've got around here, um, little paper pads, all that type of stuff. I've been going through to clean them off of my shelves and stock areas. Okay. So here is going to be the the completed version of this book, and I'll be getting a new one to show you next. Now, these are photos that I was sent for Lafayette Salmons. That's Grandma's half-brother. He was an older brother by my grandma's mother's first marriage. There was a Polly Step in the family. This is a Lewis and Nevada Mollet Step. And they lived in Step Town mostly. They did live on Stone Coal a little bit too. I've got to figure out where that was. And this was a photo that was in Grandma's box way back when. And I think nobody could really ever say who it was. And then I started finding more photos with Leif Salmon's family. And I believe this is his son that died early. Yeah, I said he was dressed similar to Elbert Darnell back here. Whoops. Who's on the tracks. So I knew it was about that time period. And this, I think, is the only photo I've got of Rachel. It's like a side angle. And she's there with her three youngest. It was really strange the way Leif's children are born. Because he has like 3 or 4, or maybe 5, with her. And then there's like a 20-year gap. And I have no idea what happened there. Where he was at that point. Anything. So, I'm still trying to figure that out. You always have to have mysteries in the family. And then here is a photo of one of the older daughters with the 3 youngest. And you can really see the age difference there. Down here we have Patrick Henry with his siblings Dilla and James Thomas. He was the youngest. And then here is one of their mother, Leif's second wife, Nora Myrtle Klein. She has a little bit of Indian in her, if you can see. And their son John here, he passed away. They were out in Owingsville, Kentucky at that point, and I think he had something genetically, wrong with him, and he passed at a really young age. I don't even think he made it to a teenager. And then this is Dilla and Pauline. And then Leif and Myrtle at like their, they always had like a store that had a post office in it. And this is out at Anthony Creek in Greenbrier County, West Virginia. And then here was an older photo of Leif down here below. It just keeps going, doesn't it? And now I'm at the point where this is his obituary, and he passed away in 1963, and I found where they were buried. Here's Nora Myrtle, her obit, and then I got a death certificate here for Leif, and it told me where he was buried. It's way down here at the bottom at Allegheny Memorial Park. It's got his parents, and it's got some other, you always want to have a death certificate to give you as much information as you can get. Now here, I think he died before Myrtle or Nora did. So she is signed as his informant. So most of this should be pretty well accurate. You don't always get accuracy depending on who is the informant on the death certificate. Now this is actually an article. This picture doesn't go with it. That's a champion fiddler, but he doesn't go with the actual article. This is Kelly Salmons. That was Grandma's other half brother, Leif's full brother, that burned to death in his home. And it was said that the father was the one who broke in and robbed him and set fire to his store where he burned up in. It's pretty sad. Great grandma never did have much good to say about that first husband of hers. Now this is the sister of the first two. This is Mary Ellen and George Washington Messer. Now she's Grandma's half sister. There's also one of those colorized versions. It's not very clear, but it's Mary Ellen and George and their son George Jr. And then the other page has just a bunch of articles over here. I think that's from the Highland Recorder. It's where George and George Jr. were in a fight, a gunfight. And George Sr. got killed, and George Jr. got sent to the penitentiary because he actually shot the sheriff. It always reminds me of shooting the sheriff. What is that song? I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. And it fit just exactly in that way with the story. I think this is Isom, who is a brother to Lafayette. That's George Jr. We have George and his wife Irene. And then this is the draft card for Isom. I guess I was starting to put Isom in here. But I've got another book that's exactly like this that I need to start with. And I forget, well, that was Grandma's house. Okay, let me get this out of the way. And we're going to start looking at some of the different little books that I've made. And I've got a whole bunch of them. So let me get that stack there and this stack here. And remember me doing the calendars a while back, and I made all these faux stamps. Well, I used quite a bit of those. I've got a couple here that's travel. So let me kind of scooch these over. So this is one with just some maps. I've got the word travel. I usually have to cut these down a little bit, so I always use the extra pieces just to give some detail. This one is about lighthouses and traveling. And I've just got a whole bunch of different little things in here. That one, I like that page really good. And then some of these pages I think Wayne sent me. So thank you, Wayne. I used up a bunch of those. Or maybe it was Tommy. Tommy had sent me a bunch of pages at one time, so it may have been from her. So thank you, Tommy. But that little package that I had gotten at Michael's a while back that had all these different little pieces of ephemera, I used quite a bit of those in here. There's one. And then here's another. And all these other little pieces, those come from that package of ephemera. But it's kind of different. I like it. It's got the little pages in here where you can do your journaling. And yeah, I like how that one turned out. Okay, the next traveling one is this one, more lighthouses. Wayne had sent me a bunch of little stampings that he had done. I've got it where it's like a faux wood look on the front, like you'd see on old wood docks and things. I thought that worked out really well. And this is like, I had to put some papers on the back, but that's like the background from some of the Tim Holtz things. The packaging. So I use that. Some of these, I think I got those from Wayne. And I had them all cut up. They're up here at the top, and I just got them all messed up from scraping them around with a big book. But yeah, there's another one that says chunk. I don't know. That was the 4 and the 5. The 5 barely fit, so the ones with 4 words was my best ones. And this is just in each one of the 3 pouches through here. And I tried to do blues, any kind of blues. And then we have, I think, just the one that has, yeah. I think I just have one that's got, the typing. I cleaned out this little typing book that I had. And it was like basically that size pages. And it had a bunch of little cutouts. And you'll see some of those in here as well. And I've got some from another book that, a big 12 by 12 I needed to use up. And it all has like personnel telegrams and things like that in here. And there was some typing keys. I got that from another book, but so yeah, key. I thought the key worked good there. And then here's one with a candle. And then this is actually a little belly band right here. It's a longer belly band, but I just stuck that right there. And then that. Some of the pages are doubled, so I don't think that'll hurt anything. And then here's one about waterfalls. I had a calendar about waterfalls. So I had this stone paper that Tommy had sent me, and that fit perfectly for that. And some of them have a water look. This is just a little cluster. Of course, this is more the same kind of little card from the back packaging, and more that thing I got from Michael's. And then we have that and that. It just kind of throws stuff together, you know. It's kind of different. It's bright. It's interesting. So yeah. And then I have another one of the bottle ones. This is sort of I did a bunch of the bottles a while back, but I had a few extra little things to throw in here with it. This is just scrap. And I had a bunch of papers. I think Tommy sent me those. And these little roses from the Dollar Tree worked out really good in here as well with the bottles. So it's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Here's one with bees. And I think I got these from possibly Tommy. I'm trying to remember. But they're maybe Chestita, because they're sort of a steampunk bee. So I've got more of these little flowers that are from the Dollar Tree. I had a few more of these that I got from Wayne. So it's like I just kind of added a bunch of stuff in here. And there was flowers and bees or bugs. I think that's a bee. And yeah, I thought it kind of went together pretty good. The colors and all that. We have a steampunk hat with the corset. That's kind of neat, the corset hat. And this one's got a bird cage, a lot of metal pieces. I don't know why I've got sloop. That's the only word I could come up with. And then I had a little pad that had bees, bee stuff on it. And you'll see where I've used some of the pages from that in here. All right, so there's that one. And then I did these two. I must have saved from the Dollar Tree these puffy things, the puffy imprints or stickers. And so I finally found them, and I decided to make 2 books with those. See, I've got the screw heads. They had also the gear pieces and another one had like the books on it. And then another one I had like a briefcase and a few other pieces. So I kind of just threw everything together. I still had like a journal, not a journal, a scrapbook, a paper pad. I'll get it right here in a minute, guys. I'm not doing too hot lately. Anyway, so there, I got all of that, and I kind of combined it all to have this one look. I still got a few pieces that were like cut aparts, and I just kind of put like the little screws all throughout. Here's 4 more. This is actually a pocket. I never did put anything in this pocket. But anyway, here's another gear. And then I had another book. It had like these dark elements with flowers. And I just kind of put those in here as well. There's a little stack of the books. There's another little cut apart. So I thought it turned out pretty good. That's another cut apart. There's another little pocket with keys. And here's some more books. And these took a while to glue down. I tried all kinds of different glues. Took a while to get them to stick. There we go. So there's that one. And the other one has a little set of books up here. And I took 2 pieces of paper out of these old books. They have different, I don't know what language this is. But they're in foreign languages, and they were in my dad's basement for years. And there was some bug or critter that got in there and was chewing on it. So they really kind of added a aged look here. And as you can see, I've got a lot of little books in here. This is just like a little scrap. And there's another one that I got in here. You can see more. See, you can kind of see where some bug was getting in there. Termites or weevils or something. And it was going to town. Now, this is actually a little pocket. I think this is another piece that Wayne sent me. So, I don't know if I need to actually put something in there or not. And then here's another one of the keys. Another bunch of books. And then here's a flask, I guess it is. All right, there's those 2. And the last 2 are farming. And Mom sent me a Christmas card one year. And it was this. And I made a copy of it, of course. But it was All Hearts Come Home for Christmas. And I really loved that barn. So these 2 are kind of on the same layout. But Wayne had sent me these chickens and cows and some of his stampings, which is here. It's like a little windmill. And that little guy. So I kind of just picked out things. I don't even always have the covers, the backgrounds completely covered. I picked some grasses and some greens. And I think Wayne sent me these as well. This was like, remind me of a tractor wheel imprint in the ground. So I put that in here. He had some stampings of his chickens. But I kind of like how it turned out. I think that the little papers that are in here to journal on are all this green foil, but you can write on the back of it. There's another one. It's The Early Bird Gets the Worm. And this was from a magazine here. And it was just like something about a chicken. And I put a big row of eggs there. And then this was on the envelope for the piece on the front. That. Here we go with some more of his chickens and some more stampings from Wayne. And I actually put this on the back. It's some cloth that I had, some material, and it was the cow jumping over the moon. But as you can see, I had to put it together with what I had. And I didn't have that much left over. This is kind of like a print like this here, but it just didn't turn out as dark because I was running out of ink. And here we go. It's about the same. I did put some stickers in here and some of these other items, the grungy letters that has carve. Figure carve out a cow. And this here has some of the chickens as the little cards to write on. So it's a little different. I don't ever do anything exactly the same. And then I have this whole page here that is the letters. And I just didn't have any other paper to put here, so I did that. I love these cows. They're kind of odd. Look how small that head is. Crazy looking. And I just didn't bother to put anything on the back of that. Okay. So there we go, everybody. That was what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I did have 10. I really like how that one turned out on the front. That's real vintagey, steampunky looking. All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed seeing those and what I threw together and all that kind of good stuff. We were supposed to have these people come out to do our roof Thursday. Didn't have it happen because these people must not read their contracts because they thought we were supposed to get a tin roof, but we're getting a shingle roof. So they're coming Tuesday. Yeah. Real professional. Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming by to visit, for spending some time with me. And I hope to see you again soon. And everybody take care. Bye-bye.